They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 perhaps.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Prescott off play action. Over the middle, complete. It's Murphy. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. From the 30 on 2nd down, Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
The 71 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll run with Hall.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Extra point right down the middle, and it makes the score 21-10. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. On
1st and 10, Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's That's complete.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and 2.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
11 yards there and a Lion first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 3rd and 2, Herbert. That's complete right around the 8. On 4th down, Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd down, Prescott again.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, able to avoid him. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 172 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Right back to him on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw here, Herbert. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
And now here's a carry heading left. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back now at Ford Field. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Panthers about ready to take over. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down, Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Murphy.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Prescott on first down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got room.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, Hurst. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
No, they're wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. But there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Herbert on 3rd down now. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now a handoff up the middle. Hurst. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Herbert. And he's got it. It'll be a gain of 5. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Jamison Williams
from a yard out.
And the Lions are on their way to a 2-0 start. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Carolina getting set to take the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44, Prescott looking for Murphy, and he finds him complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line. Prescott now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Prescott yet again. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Play action now, Prescott. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
On the draw, it's Hall.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal?
Hall again.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Breece Hall
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will cut this lead down to 25. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or two.
He's hoping for more, the cherry on top maybe, as this game goes forward. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Hurst. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Murphy now to return. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Lions, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.